Hi folks, how you all doing? Yes, I'm back. I took a big long break from YouTube for various reasons, which I'm not going to go into. I'm not going to bore you with all that. But I'm back now. I didn't even touch my model railway for a long time. I was so busy with other things. But I've been back into it recently, so I thought, right, okay, let's get the channel back up and make some videos. I'd just like to apologise to anyone who sent me messages over the past year or so, because I didn't respond to anybody. I needed to take a complete break from YouTube. And from reading the comments of my community post there, a lot of people were quite concerned about what happened to me, but I'm absolutely fine. I was not ill or anything. It was just, things just got in the way. Anyway, right, okay, let's get back into things. I was in my little second-hand shop the other day and I've picked up an R150 in black northeastern livery. I saw this going pretty cheap in the shop, and I thought, I'll buy that. A little Christmas present for myself and a new locomotive to work on. It's not a non-runner, according to the woman in the shop. This goes. Let's get it out. A wee look-see. I already have one of these in the apple green LNER livery. We've got instructions here, so this is 1976. 1976, the best year. Right, what we got? So there we are. Looks to be in very good condition. But yeah, I've already got one of these in the apple green livery, and in that one I changed the chassis and put a Type 7 motor in. So I'm guessing this has probably got what looks like an XO4 motor. So we'll see how it performs. It might be a bit loud and grindy, but condition wise that looks absolutely pristine. It's been used, the wheels are dirty, so it's not unused, but in very good condition. Let's just get the tender out and have a look. Oh, it's got the chuffing sound, or it's had the chuffing sound. Yeah, we'll get rid of that because that just makes that wheel drag, which we don't want, and it doesn't sound like it's yeah, we'll get rid of that. So what we'll do is we'll stick this on the layout, see if it goes and what kind of noise it makes. So there it is on the track. Just before I run it, there's my engine shed. This is my old engine shed from my layout back in the 1970s, and I dug it out of the box and painted it up, put some new doors on the front, fixed some of the windows, and yeah, it's quite good. And there's my security fencing at the back. It's a nice engine shed actually, because a lot of the ones you can get commercially, a lot of the kits, they're really too small as far as I'm concerned. Right, let's see what happens when we turn the power on. Oh, it's going. Okay, so it goes, but it's a bit noisy, a bit grindy, so we'll see what we can do to quieten it down, get it all cleaned up and lubricated, and we'll see how it goes then. Right, let's get this to the bench. So we'll put the tender aside just now, and we'll get this opened up and see what's what. It's been so long since I worked on a locomotive, I'm going to be a bit rusty. We'll see. Let's get this front bogie off. And of course the body is cracked. Every single one of these I've seen that has a little screw in the back here of the body. There's a crack. Just over tightening. And there we go. Into the XO4 motor. No weight in here, but the chassis is heavy enough. Okay, so let's have a little look. General condition, excellent. It's not been excessively oiled. The brushes are good. So yeah, I think this just needs a good service, some lubrication, and we'll remagnetise the motor, and it should be good to go. There's not even any fluff in here. It is really, really, really clean. For a model from 1976, this has either not been used very much or been very well looked after. Okay, so we'll get into the little screw at the back here, and to do that I've made a little brass screwdriver. I've been meaning to do that for a long time. I used to have one of these, but they're rare as hen's teeth to buy. So that's just a little bit of brass tubing, and I've flattened the end and put a little handle on it, and it should do this job quite nicely. So it's not going to snap to the magnet the way a normal screwdriver will. There you go. Here's my tweezers. That out, and then this should just come out like so. Do that to the top. This one's tight. Here we go. That. Take the brushes out. Go. Yeah, brush is not too bad condition at all. A bit of corrosion in there. We'll clean all that off. And we'll clean the commutator and grease the bearings, and that should sort everything out. So we'll take this magnet out. Let's just test it anyway, just to see how there's not much power in that magnet. So that's going to get remagnetised. Get that bearing out so we can get some lubrication in there. Alrighty ho, okay. Well, I've not said this for a while, but it's teacup time. Teacup on there. Okay, and we'll give it a scoosh with the contact cleaner. We'll see if there's any gunk in the slots. There doesn't appear to be. Just a bit of sandpaper just to get rid of that green corrosion or goo or whatever it is. These aren't very dirty at all, so right, we shall get some grease in here, or some oil actually, get some of the where is it, this gear oil into here, and then we shall get some of this oil. I like to use a thicker oil on the bearings. And there's a thrust bearing in there. We want to get some oil into either side. Okay, that's spinning nice and freely. Yeah. Alright, we shall put this back together, and then we'll test it. A wee bit out of practice with doing this. Come on, you get. There you go. Okay, so brushes in. Let's see what happens when we connect this up to some power. Helps if you switch it on. It's going okay. So let's get that out. get some white grease on that worm gear. And then we'll have a look at the chassis. So we'll clean the wheels. It all looks pretty clean. Yeah, okay. I want to get some lubrication into the axles, which I can do just using this. Get in there. Right, we'll get a little brass brush onto my rotary tool. Get a nice shiny new one. And we'll give these wheels a clean. I think it's down to my last brass brush to get some more. They don't last long. Okay, let's get the motor back into position. Like so. And get my little brass screwdriver. That's all the screwdriver will get used for. So I can screw that screw in without the screwdriver snapping to the magnet, because if you use one like that, it constantly gets grabbed by the magnet. But the brass one doesn't. Right, pop this in. Like so. Get that tidy around the back of there, and make sure that wire isn't in the road of that wheel. And there we go. So we'll put the front bowie back on. Right, okay, that's back together. Let's pop this back in here. Like so. Let's see if I've got that lined up. Yes, I have. That little screw in. Yes. But for goodness sake, don't over tighten it. Right, let's have a look at this tender, because I want to take this thing out. It's not working properly, and I never liked them anyway, and it's just causing drag. So there is your chuffing sound. I think there's no cam on the wheel, so maybe somebody's taken that away to stop it, but you're better just taking that out altogether. Otherwise looks tickety-boo. Okay, so there we go. Let's go and stick this in the layout and see how it goes. Okay, let's see if this runs any quieter and smoother. I think that sounds a lot better. So there we are, that's my Hornby R150 Class B12 locomotive in northeastern livery. It's nice to have a northeastern locomotive because I've always had this northeastern brake van. So I've finally got a locomotive to go with this brake van. So yeah, it's running reasonably quiet. For an old XO4 motor, it's not too bad. It's still a wee bit grindy for my liking, but it's probably as quiet as I can get it. So I may well think about doing a Type 7 motor conversion on this at some point in the not too distant future. But it's nice to get it running with its original motor, and we'll see how it goes. It's okay. I can put up with the noise that it makes, but if it starts to get a little bit louder, I may well consider doing the Type 7 conversion. But I do have some Type 7 motor mounts that I want to try out that were made for me, so this may well get used for that. Right, okay then. Good to be back, folks, and I hope you all have a good new year and stuff. Okay, catch you later.